Often when we lose the loved ones, we start wondering if there is anything beyond this experience called life. Like you, I have wondered about this a lot. When I was a little girl, I had a sense of somebody dying before they died. I would always have a dream with the snakes, and I would run to my mom crying, telling her that somebody's gonna die, and somebody would. And then I was becoming older, and I really didn't like that experience, and I suppressed that in me. Something weird started happening to me when my father passed away 3 years ago. One day, I was laying in bed, and something started spinning out of my chest, and it went, like I felt that my soul separated from my body, and I felt that I saw my dad, and he turned around, and he was scared, and he told me, "What are you doing here? Get out of here!" Like kind of angry, and I got pulled into my body. It was a very weird experience because I was kind of nauseous, it was kind of scary, but at the same time it was the most amazing, wonderful feeling. It was so interesting and so good that I decided to travel there on purpose. And I found a guide because, you know, I read everywhere that you need to be very careful because you can be stuck or something, and I was kind of scared. So I went with the guide, and during the whole experience, my conscious mind is like, oh, this is BS, you know, I am coming up with these ideas, I probably saw this in a video game, or, you know, because the colors were so beautiful. And then I saw my dad, and he stood there so beautiful, young, very happy, this time not really mad at me anymore, and he was standing in this white shirt, and he had a very magical bird on his shoulder, like a phoenix. And it was a cool experience, but throughout this experience my conscious mind was like, oh no, I'm just imagining things. And then when the guide told me, come back to your body, that's the time when I understood that I actually was separated, because I started jumping and I started scratching because everything was itching, and it was very weird experience. And after that, I don't know how to explain to you. It was so good that I wanted to go back all the time. And I actually scheduled another session, but then I pulled away because I was afraid that, you know, I'm becoming kind of addicted to that feeling, and it's not my time yet. So I started studying a lot about this phenomena, and I found, of course, a lot of research that you already know, that near-death experience where people are pulled into the tunnel, and they feel like they're separated from their body, and that amazing, peaceful feeling, something that I experienced, not being near death, right? I just kind of had an astral travel. Then I learned about astral traveling, and all of that sounded great, but I wanted some research, right? And so there was a lot of research on near-death experience. And then I found a study by Dr. Stevenson, who conducted a 20-year experiment. It was a qualitative study where he interviewed kids who, for example, in this lifetime didn't learn the language, but they could speak it very freely, and they could, or something like that would be happening, and they would describe in detail the location where they used to live, the address, even some sort of maybe signals, landmarks, and when traced, he would find that, oh my goodness, you know, in another country there is this village and there is this tree, or something like that, something that the kids would never be able to know on their own. So there's the whole book that is a compilation of a 20-year research, which is a groundbreaking. But today I want to talk about the light after life, and it is a research, new research on energy work, on our energy, because all of us are not just the physical body, but the energetic body. And I want to start very briefly explaining the history of that research, and then give you some new data that's been coming up. And this is just so amazing. At least for me, I as an energy healer myself, and as a person who is very connected to that world, I don't need the proof, but my intelligent mind wants the proof. And for me, those studies, this research, and whatever I'm going to share today really provides that proof that my brain needs. So I hope that you will find peace and comfort in this, and please let me know what you think.
This presentation from right now is going to be based on 161 peer-reviewed articles and conference presentations from the years of 2000 to 2020. So even though I'm not going to use scientific language, so you don't fall asleep here on me, this is everything that I'm going to say from now on is going to be completely research-based, okay, with studies and peer-reviewed published studies. Now, this is the research, actually, and the science of energy actually is not a new science.